Yeah.
What's up? What's up?
What up? What up? What up? I was about to do the Martin, but I don't know if that's like, plagiarizing or something. I don't know. How you feeling, Reg?
Good, good. How you feeling, man?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I cannot complain, man. Long ass day, but we here. Let's do this.
That's what's up. Yes. Jamar had a family emergency today, Black, a
Yeah.
co-host. But we're gonna go ahead and keep this going for today. Yeah, we
Yeah.
got a lot of topics to talk about today, a lot about sports, a lot about entertainment, a lot about
Yeah.
music. I think this week I'm gonna
Facts.
start music reviews. What you got going on, man?
Um man, we're getting ready for this trip to NY. And first off, prayers up for Mr. Darnell. Got you in our thoughts, man. Pray everything goes well. Um, so this trip to New York we got because we're trying to do the Madam in the Major film, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we got to do these interviews with Ambassador Raymond Joseph. He was the ambassador of Haiti, and has been decades since then. But at the time of the coup, and he has a amazing story, Reggie. That like when we put it together, you watch it, you be like, okay, that was the best part of the film. But don't tell Major Solomon that. And President Trujillo, we're gonna visit her and get her interview done. And I'm just anticipating the moment, but I'm also nervous because she speaks French, right? So um, they're gonna have a translator, translate the words. But I mean, I don't like I don't I've never done that before, so I'm hoping I'm kind of fluid and cool with it. Like how they on like CNN or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but they pay professionals for that specific thing. Like I've never worked with an interpreter before. Like I don't know shit. But I'm looking forward to it. Very excited. Um, that's the main thing going on. And also, just did some more filming with St. Martin de Porres ladies basketball team. So shouts out to them. Their season starts next week against Richmond, which is going to be probably a loss, and then Holy Name after that, which is probably going to be another loss. But I got your back. You know what I'm saying, y'all. We 0-2 ain't bad, man. Just pick it up. I should have
That's
said
what's
that.
up. That's what's up. So, what you want to touch on first? I think I want to go straight into Cassie and Diddy. Man,
Mm,
oh man, oh man.
mm. Yes,
So,
fill me in, because I'm lacking the details, but I got some thoughts.
okay, well, I just hit you with the basics. Producer and musician Sean Combs was sued in federal court in New York on Thursday by his former girlfriend Cassandra Ventura, who alleges she was raped and subjected to years of repeated physical and
Oh
other
shit.
abuses by Combs. The complaint obtained by CNN alleges Combs lured Ms. Ventura into a ostentatious, I don't even know how to pronounce that word. It's OSTN. Excuse me.
Ostentatious.
OSTE. Yes, ostentatious, fast-paced, and drug-fueled lifestyle, and into a romantic relationship with him. Within 2 years of the pair meeting in 2006, well, excuse me, it says 2005 or 2006, and Combs signing Ventura to his record label, Bad Boy Records, soon after. Ventura claims that in the suit that Combs exerted his powers and influence over her throughout the course of their professional and romantic relationship. According to the complaint, she was 19 when they met, and Combs was 37, and their business relationship lasted until 2019. The complaint detailed claims that Combs was physically violent towards Ventura, controlled all aspects of
Oh,
her personal life, introduced her to a lifestyle of excessive alcohol and substance abuse, and forced her to engage in various sex acts with other men during that time. Wow.
wow, that's a lot.
Well, you know what? I'm reading all that shit, and I'm still not really understanding like what are you saying that he did. Like, okay, so I understand that you're saying that he introduced you to drugs and things like that, but how did that last that long? Like, how did he keep you like in that in that mind state for so long? Like, did he put the pipe to your mouth? Did he put the powder to your nose? I do understand
Mhm.
the influence that older gentlemen can have on young ladies. That's why I don't talk to females that's younger than me like that. But
I told my friend Paul that he don't listen.
he's seen it in school. When we was in school, you used to see older grown adults coming dropping off young kids.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I've been new for a long time, but
I
I just
not that age. I thought they were like mostly in their 20s or whatever. But that's a. But anyway, that's not even the point. But I feel you
yeah,
because
I just
in
remember.
Youngstown that was a huge thing, or it still is probably. But
Oh yeah, definitely.
yeah,
It's definitely a huge thing. But like I said, I don't know, but man, it's just like every day I hear more and more weird stuff about Puff. How you feel?
Okay, so nobody is without fault, right? I mean, we've all done things that we shouldn't have done. So this is not the court of law. We're not. Well, I'm not here to judge him guilty or innocent, right?
Right.
But what I did immediately kind of do when I heard the story, and you understand when I say this, I thought about Mr. C, um, the person who casually discovered Big. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that Mister C. Oh yeah, I know his story. Woo wee, he has. Listen, he had a lot of stuff in his closet. He was like,
That's what I'm. Okay, so you see where I'm going. So you got him affiliated with Puff, right?
mm-hmm.
You got Big affiliated with Puff. You have all these people around Diddy who have gone to jail, served jail time, and some kind of aspect of life, like throughout his career. I'm not talking about just personal. This is what we know, right? So I want to say just about every act that stood near Diddy has done jail time in some kind of a way. And when you hang around elements like that, you take on those elements. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
In some kind of a way. And it's not always that. It could be their hustle or their drive or their whatever ambition, whatever it is that you're around those people, you take on those characteristics of those people. And I'm kind of wondering if he became the people his artists rap about. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I don't know. Like I've been hearing like 50 Cent like make a lot of like jokes about him and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like
he been doing that for over for years.
yeah, he has been doing it for years and shit like that. But now he's saying like, see, I told you, and there's a lot of people caving in on him. They're not like specifically saying exactly that. Neither like okay, so when we get off of here and you have time to like really research it,
Hmm.
some of those Danity Kane girls are, siding with her or
Oh,
whatever. I
so
don't know.
they saying they seen it or he did that to them?
No. They're not saying exactly that. But what they're doing is they're making sure they're sending their prayers out to her. And I'm also seeing old footage of the one with the real blonde hair and the big eyes. I can't think of what her name is, but
Dawn.
she was kind of like dropping subliminal like things about it and shit like this. It's just weird, man.
Okay. Yeah,
It's
I
it's
you know
weird.
that I dig in on it, but yeah,
It's
I'm
weird.
just kind of wondering, like, is life imitating art?
Maybe like I'm one of those people that like I'm not a big conspiracy theorist guy, and like to me like people that are they kind of annoy me in a way like people that are like conspiracy about everything, but with with Puff, some of that shit I'm starting to believe. I'm starting to believe because it's too much fucking smoke, and I've learned when
Yeah,
there's smoke there's fire.
yeah, yeah. I feel that.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't deny it at all because, again, it's stuff that we haven't even talked about on this. The facts and things about other things that have gone on in that world in his world and that he's done that we know that we haven't even covered. So it's just a lot, man. It's a whole lot. Um, I hate to even equate it to this, but because these are not the same issues, but understand what I'm saying is the whole Will Smith Jada thing. Um, to where
Yeah,
now we're
yeah.
like, oh, we heard for years that whatever.
Mhm.
And even though we still don't have, concrete facts and concrete evidence and still he say, she said until Jada said something.
Right.
Um, and now we're like, we heard that. And I feel like with Diddy, again, we've heard about all this other stuff, and now it's actually in court and documentation, and that makes it a little more real.
Yeah, definitely. It makes me look at him in a different way too.
Yeah, and the funny part, I should it's not funny. The sad part about it, I was listening to I cannot think of whose remix that was. Oh, Future. Same damn time remix, right?
Mhm.
Diddy's on the remix. Messes up the song, but that's not the point. Facts. But his man, and again, his rap, of course, whoever wrote it, it just reminded me of that Diddy that we saw, with Biggie and in the in all his videos with the bottle of champagne and Versace
Shiny
shirt on.
suits.
Yeah, that party. I'm the man, Puff. I'm in Forbes. I'm in Fortune 500. I'm this. I'm that. I'm that. That's who That's who it reminded me of. So I was like, oh man, I remember Puff like that. I remember he was like that. So that gave me a good flashback because man, he did provide a lot of dope music and a lot of dope times for us. And some images, by the way, because and I ain't gonna lie, I'll be honest, and I got pictures. Not that I need it anyway, but that whole Puffy Mace period, man, I thought I was Mace, dog. You couldn't tell me nothing, man. You couldn't. I'm sorry. It was just facts. That and that's around the time Jay-Z's album came out in my lifetime, volume 2. The streets is mine.
This is crazy.
But anyway,
But
I'm just saying, but I just didn't want people to, well, not people, but I just didn't want it to get lost in the fact that like he's made moments for a lot of us, made music for a lot of us
yeah,
that's gonna be with us for the rest of our lives. You know what I'm saying?
that's true.
And I'm swear this. I had no idea we was gonna talk about any of this, but now it's just kind of well. In your thoughts, because I got something else I want to mention, and just
Also, I want to look at the flip side of that too. Because I know a lot of time, like, man, we are in vulnerable situations, especially like if we're in positions of power. I'm not gonna just go ahead and just be like, oh well, yeah, man, people been saying that shit, that nigga weird, da, 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 da. Yeah, maybe, but also, she could be salty right now. She could definitely be salty as fuck, and she
oh,
could
you
be
think this is
definitely,
like payback?
yeah, she could be hating because he done went and got him another young bitch. He don't fuck with you no more.
But
You
she
know what I'm
left
saying?
him and got married.
I mean, yeah, we can say that, but listen, okay, that's a downgrade. You'll
Yeah,
never live that
yeah.
lifestyle
I'm
again.
not
You'll
saying
never,
you're wrong. I'm not saying
you
you're
know
wrong
what I
at
mean?
all.
Like, because
You could be
I'm just
totally
saying,
right.
like,
'Cause I didn't think about that.
she has motivation, is what I'm saying. And
Yeah,
then, with a
that's
woman
wild.
scoring, woman scoring, hoo-wee. You know what I'm saying?
Left eye.
Right, right,
Yeah,
right, right, right. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
it's the story is not really, it's not really legitimate because you stuck around a little bit too motherfucking long.
See that part, I don't know, Reg. That
You
I
know what I
don't think
mean?
that's gonna play a factor. Now, if we're lawyers in court litigating, then yeah, that would be a thing. But
It's
as far
civil
as
anyway, though.
yeah, but as far as her being able to put it out there in the world, it's all incriminating evidence in the court of public opinion.
I think she's gonna probably use testimony and things from other people because I don't know if you're aware or if you remember, but I've seen things about Usher too. Not on no sexual stuff with Puff, not like that. But Usher was saying when he was young and he was coming up in the game,
Mhm.
he said being around Puff in particular that he was exposed to all kind of type of things that he shouldn't have, like drugs and things like that.
I mean, Lil Bow Wow said the same thing about Jermaine Dupri. He said, "I've been going to strip clubs since I was a kid because that's
Yeah,
what we did." So, I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
yeah, not, and I'm not excusing the behavior. I'm just saying that, well, yeah, again, the people you're around, man, that influence is crazy. But yeah, but yo, so, um, again, my thoughts are not okay. But the Diddy thing reminded me of this. I don't know your opinion about R. Kelly. Um, so first off, when I start speaking on this, I love to get your feedback on Kales, right?
Mhm.
But also on the thoughts. whatever. Okay, so growing up, my brother will tell you, huge R. Kelly fan. He was the first concert I ever went to, right?
Hell of artist.
Um, that's not even you. In my opinion, he's got to be in the greatest composing. Not I don't even performing, but it's not touching Mike Jack level. But I'm talking about composing.
He's one
Uh,
of the greats for sure.
yeah.
That's what I've been thinking. That's what I've been thinking for sure.
So
Writer, singer, he got it. He got it.
and so just and just to preface this, um, this is so crazy. If Jamar was on, he'll tell you the story because he was there. Um, Back in the day, I can't even know who. I don't even know who I was dating. Some chick. And you remind me of my Jeep was out, right? So it's me in the basement, Jamar, we in the basement of my dad's house, and Jor Lee, he's one of the person in the neighborhood,
Yeah,
cat we grew up with. And
he's my classmate.
oh, you know Jor Lee?
Yeah, he's one of my best friends. Yeah. I know his
I,
mom. I know Mo. I know
I
his
raised
sister.
that. I raised that
Yeah, I
nigga.
know him
Yeah.
from
Oh
Ohio.
man.
Yes.
Yeah. Wait till he sees his role in the movie we made. We making a movie about our childhood and playing for the Northside Knights called Down in the Valley.
Mhm.
And he's got a crazy ass role, man. I can't wait to expose that because I'm not expose it, but just to show the world like who this kid was, man, because he was off the hook, but not
Mhm.
in a degrading, disrespectful. It's funny and cool. But anyway, um, so the song comes on, and I'm singing, and I kind of didn't even care. And the girl was like, "I'm gonna hang up if you stop singing because you can't sing." I'm like, "I don't care." Um, it's just something about the music that I just really enjoy. And it's been like that for a long time, Reggie. Of course, until um the stuff comes out about what he's been doing. Um and I was hurt and and it's hard to admit that because I never really admitted that. But that shit hurt. Um
Mhm.
because I don't even want to say I was a fan. Um a fan is not the right word. It's just he is whatever it was in his music, especially TP2. I mean, I can go on about album after album after album after album that he's created that is not music, man. That shit's artwork.
Facts.
And so this morning I woke up and I'm thinking about, and I just had a flashback. 12 play, the first one, Your Body's Calling Me. That song is like a perfect composition of a record for male, a male just wanting to express himself but don't have the words. But you got R. Kelly who's telling you what it is that you're feeling, but you don't know how to say it. So when the moment comes, you play that record. Um, so here's why. Well, first of all, um, what are your thoughts on Kels before I go any further?
Okay, so professionally, he's a musical genius. I mean, listen,
Yeah.
he's one of the best writers I've ever seen. He's one of the best singers I've ever seen. He's man, like you can't say nothing negative about his work. You can't. All right, so I'm the type person that I'm gonna do all the research I can on something when I find out something negative, especially if I'm a fan of yours. Like I could take this conversation to another artist, favorite artist of mine, like Tupac. I'm one of the biggest Tupac fans in life, but I would tell you right now, I would never hang out with him. Never. Never. And the reason why is because I know things about him.
Mm.
You feel me? He has some serious character flaws. R. Kelly now?
So did DMX.
Oh yeah, definitely,
I
definitely,
wouldn't. I would
definitely.
never hang out with him. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah. I would never hang out with DMX because
Yeah.
that something is probably gonna happen. Something's
Hmm.
probably gonna happen, especially like if you're a drinker and you go have drinks with him, from that point on, but that's another story because I can get off
Yeah.
topic. Okay,
Yeah.
so now R. Kelly, I'm gonna tell you something I've recently found out about him in the past 2 years. Now this is crazy. This is crazy. Now I always wonder, like, okay, so because I know for sure that he was married to Aaliyah, and I know that whole situation, how it went, how it got annulled. I know what her parents did. I know all that. That part right there is damning evidence because she was clearly 27, marrying a 14-year-old. That's damning evidence. But
Yeah.
we're gonna leave that aside. Now, my biggest question with everything about R. Kelly always been, well, why haven't Aaliyah's parents said anything? Why have they been? Why?
Hmm.
And there is an answer. There's a answer. And it's so crazy. It's so crazy. So her family owns the rights to R. Kelly's first three albums. They always have. And the reason why they have the rights to that is because they traded their silence for that. So,
What?
yes, this is a fact. Look it up. Look it up. So, literally, her parents are, to me, in my opinion, you are what's the word?
Complicit?
You are fucking complicit because if you would have said something in the 90s, he would have been went to fucking prison. But you
Yeah.
traded your daughter being raped and molested for money. That is crazy. That is fucking crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah. I
So
mean, but people always figured it was something. They thought it just paid off.
yeah.
And that's pretty much what
Or
that
his first
is.
yeah. Look it up. Look it up.
Man, wow.
Yes, that is crazy. That is so crazy. And then like when I was 19 and shit, that's when his first allegations of him messing with the
Oh,
little
the
girl
tape.
came out. Yeah, and I
The
seen
tape.
it. I seen it.
Yeah.
It was him.
Yeah.
It was him.
His house,
It was
the
it was
remotes and
him.
everything. Yeah.
Oh, it was him because if you seen the tapes, he had a whole bunch of bitches on there doing that shit. A whole bunch of them. That was his thing. So I'm just like, damn. Then I see that. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn. And then his daughter's testimony. Then his wife. It's like,
Yeah.
and then listen, I got a childhood friend. I'm not gonna say his name. He's from my neighborhood and everything. And I told him all this, and he knows all this. And his same thing, his whole point is, but he got money. What?
Yeah, that's not
Them
it,
be the
man.
weirdest ones.
That's
Them
not
be the
it.
weirdest ones.
I see.
They're the weirdest ones. The average broke motherfucker just barely getting pussy. He ain't getting all kind of weird midgets and
Yeah.
kids and shit like that. Just weird shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
So R. Kelly, I can't respect him. I can't respect him. And then like what angers me about him is when people know these things, they'll excuse it because they're
Why?
his favorite. Because they're his favorite. Just like I take this to a whole nother
Mhm.
point. Listen. I'm gonna get on females right now.
Well, no, 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 no. I gotta get this question out.
All right, go ahead, go
Okay,
ahead.
okay, okay, okay. I'm sorry. Hold on. Wait. Okay, so when it comes to his actual music, there's still people who play it.
Mm-hmm,
My friend Paul plays it. He has
mm-hmm,
no concept or care about whatever happened, right?
mm-hmm,
At first, I was upset with people who did that. Like, I didn't appreciate. Like, I don't want to say appreciate. I thought it was disrespectful. I thought it was ignorant,
mm-hmm,
especially when I make you conscious of what's going on and you still choose to do it.
mm-hmm.
And then I thought about it. Like, everybody don't have convictions like we have now. Granted, this is how I feel about this. Somebody could feel just as heavy about something else. I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh, but how do you feel about once you make somebody aware of what he's done and they still choose to listen to it anyway? But before we get into that other part,
I think it's a form of ignorance, but let's take this into consideration. There are a lot of people that even that you hang around that won't tell you, but there's a lot of people that feel that if it's a female that's old enough to have sex or bleeding, they feel it's okay.
That's kind of sad.
It is sad, but you know what their justification will be. You know what it is. And you know me, I'm like, no, no, no. So it be tough. Me, I feel it's all perversion.
Yeah,
Like y'all will mess with a chick that's built like an 11-year-old boy. Like,
yeah.
nah, I like old bitches. Mm-mm. I
All
like
right,
it
well,
when
yeah,
no
we
one
can move
cares.
on. No, we can move on. I just wanted to get your thought because again, it just hit me this morning, and then plus, with his interview coming out with DJ Vlad today and all this
And
other
then,
stuff.
and then listen, they're gonna make an excuse. Oh, but but Elvis. No, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
if you're a fucking pervert, you're a fucking pervert. I'm gonna call you. I don't care if you're black. I don't give a fuck
yeah,
if you're my family. I don't care.
yeah.
I don't
It's,
care.
especially when it comes out, like, and we know the facts. Like, this is not hearsay or
Right,
20 years after whatever. Like,
right,
we're seeing. Well,
right.
back then we were, but yeah,
Listen, we all got nieces, sisters, moms,
yeah,
grandmas, cousins, and shit. Nah,
facts.
nah, I don't like no shit like that.
Yeah, but what you gonna say about the women though? I didn't want to dismiss that because again, I just
Oh,
want to get that
I was
question out.
saying like, okay, so it's a lot of dudes who will dismiss all that for R. Kelly and women too, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
a lot of women right now will pretend like they do not know that Usher got herpes and will fuck him right now.
Oh,
I don't see why people act like they don't know that. How do you not know that?
yeah,
Everybody knows
that's
that.
like a huge.
It
With
was
the
all over the world. He didn't pay cash out of his pockets for burning the bitch with that shit.
see that part, I didn't. I just knew it was like out there that he did something like
Okay,
that.
well, listen, I'm gonna refresh it because it's been a few years and I'm not letting it go. Okay, so listen, this is how it got proven. So, his ex-wife, right? Her maid of honor, he gave it to her the night of their wedding, and she proved it and sued the sneakers off that motherfucker and the laces and won because she proved it that he had it and she got it from him.
Dang. So
Yeah,
it's that's actual fact.
hardcore facts.
Yeah, I heard
Hardcore
about
facts.
it, but of course,
Google it.
it's not something that everybody really talks about. So I thought that was done and
Yeah, yeah,
gone.
act like they don't know. That's why I like when Kiki and Darius got in. I wasn't saying like he should be putting his hands on her or nothing like that. But I'm like shit. At the same time, he probably trying to prevent himself and his family from getting herpes.
Dang. Oh man,
Yeah,
and he's still. Well, I was going to say he's still burning, but I didn't mean that like
it's
that.
a
But
virus. He is still burning.
yeah, but I mean he's still like he got residencies in Vegas and shows and all.
And people just putting it right under the rug. Just like they don't care. Like,
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like he still got movement right now. That's
and then
tough.
look, once he had to pay her, four other people came out the woodwork, including a man. Saying the same shit. I don't know
You
what the
lying?
listen. I don't know what the end result of the second part to that story was,
Yeah,
but the first part where he had to pay her because they proved that she got
yeah.
herpes from him is a hardcore fact. The second
Wow.
part about them coming out the woodwork, including a man, is a fact too that they came out the woodwork. I can't say that they're telling the truth or they're lying, and I'm not saying that he had to pay or was proved, but they
Yeah,
did do that.
but then people just can't come forward and say,
Yeah, yeah,
"Hey,
people start adding on and on and on, like, oh yeah, I
yeah,
fucked him too last Thursday. You know what I'm saying? And all that shit.
yeah."
But
Oh
yeah, they
wow.
did. Yeah.
Sheesh. Oh man, let it burn.
Hot boy.
He ain't playing around, man.
No, no.
Yeah. So let's get into some other topics, man. Let's get it going.
Ooh, I got another juicy one too.
Yeah.
What about Will Smith and fucking Dwayne Martin?
See, now first off, I don't know if it's true, right?
Right,
So I'll
right.
say that first. Um, but well, no, and I'll say I don't know if any, information came out or how it came out or whatever. I don't know any of that. I just know it was like a big topic on social media. all of a sudden, right?
Uh-huh.
So I thought it was because and I heard Jada was on either the Breakfast Club or some kind of show talking. So when that stuff, like the tweets and stuff, started first coming out, and I saw that, I thought it was because she went on the show and was like, "Hey," she was just like letting stuff out the bag as she has been doing these past couple of years.
Right.
Um, but then I see the clip of her coming out of the building, with the cell phone and the fur coat or whatever, like, hey, we gonna sue y'all or whatever she was talking about. And I'm thinking, like, what? And so I got a little more of the story, not details, but just okay, somebody said something. She was responding to the chatter about it. She didn't go on the show and reveal something from her book to try to sell more books, is what I thought. Um, so to be honest with you, man, I don't know. Like I don't like I don't I mean and I'll be honest with you, uh as a I would call myself a regular male, heterosexual male. You hate to see, if that's not true, that be pinned on somebody that who didn't do that, because it's
Right.
not fair. You know what I'm saying? But if you did that shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh
And
man.
then some. Okay, go ahead, Ray. What are your thoughts, man?
Listen, listen. Well, I got two thoughts on it. Like I said, all right. I've always been a fan of Will Smith.
Mhm.
He a cool dude. Growing up, watching the Fresh Prince, he always had the dope kicks and shit like that. He was always a cool dude.
Yeah, we
He
had
was
the first
always
album.
right. He was always the person that we looked up to. So I've personally been feeling lately. I think it's like a smear campaign against him or something. And definitely
Mm,
Jada definitely headed that. Like, and a couple times on the show, I was saying like I didn't understand why like females at this point weren't just like completely diving on him, like from what he's going through. He's been catching hell.
yeah.
Then I started seeing him gradually. A couple start doing it. You know what I'm saying? Start saying, "Hey, well, I'm on your side. I'm here. You want some pussy? Shit like that." But it's just like it's like I don't know. I don't know. It's just like
Mm,
somebody trying to like get him in some shit. Now, on the other hand,
mm,
just like I said about the last situation, a lot of times where there's smoke, there's fire. You know, I've
yeah.
been hearing a lot of stuff about Will Smith, a lot of shit.
Over the
Nothing.
years.
Yeah, over the years, nothing solid, nothing that can stick, and that can be proven. But it's just like man, at best, he's a simp. At best, I'm not trying to like dog dog my G, but he's definitely a simp. He's definitely a simp.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like that shit with Dwayne
Mm,
Martin. I hate, and like you said to your point, I hate that a lot of times that how they try to demasculate us. Oh, he gay, and all
mm-hmm.
that other shit, and try to make how they try to make us seem and shit like that, and put dresses on us and shit like that. I don't like none of that, and I hope none of this shit's true because I actually personally like both of them and look up
Yeah.
to both of them.
I mean, even Dwayne Martin, man. I mean, he what
Yeah,
above the rim, man. That he just was that guy.
right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. But no, we can move on. But again, I just you don't know.
Also, what another thing I hate about that too? It's just like every time somebody says something negative about a person, no matter what it is, it's automatically fucking true.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
automatically fucking true.
See, I
Like,
told y'all. It's like what?
right,
Where the facts at, man? But
right.
yeah, that's why I hate stuff like that, man.
You're
Because
right, man. Me
again,
too,
you
man.
just
Me too.
when something like that happens, you just I mean, you can't really defend yourself. You could
You
come out and
can't defend
da
yourself.
da da
You
da da,
can't.
da, and then somebody say, okay, well, why you saying something then if it ain't? So you just can't. And even if it, like when DJ Envy came out, was like, hey, I know my lawyer said I can't. Not I shouldn't say came out, not like that. When DJ
Yeah, bad choice
Envy
of words.
replied to his he was like, my lawyer said I can't say this, say that, but I gotta say something, like, because it was too much.
Right, right.
um So I don't know, man. I don't know how you defend it, but to be honest with you, if it was like that, I would probably have to say something, and then I'd probably get condemned for that.
Well, I'm gonna stick up for Will on this one too. Do you remember a few years ago, maybe about 10, close to 10? Do you remember Will was overseas somewhere and they was taking pictures of him, and the one dude kissed him and he slapped a dog shit out of him? Remember that?
Not that. I remember he was overseas with Margaret Robbie, and they shared a kiss, and they tried to say that they was something, and I don't think that
No,
was
no. Listen, I'm talking about this dude. He was like either a reporter or yeah, he was a reporter. I say he was a
okay.
reporter.
Okay.
He
Yeah, I'm
kissed
not
Will.
familiar.
Yeah, he just came up to him and kissed him. He smacked the shit out. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, smacked the shit out of him.
Yeah,
Not like how he smacked Chris. Not like that, but like a
no,
quick
Chris
one.
got the cock back and plow.
Right, right,
He
right.
got the whole.
And then when he did it, he got a lot of backlash from that too.
Yeah, I remember when Jay-Z smacked that girl, but that never happened to him. But anyway, we can move on.
Moving on. So I did a couple album reviews. I listened to a lot of shit that came out today.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna start with the Andre 3000. Man, oh my god, I gotta do this
you listen to it? I
for a
haven't.
whole 8 minutes. I think that's how long I lasted.
Damn.
Yeah, man, it's a strong F. It's elevator music. It's just. I mean, it's calming. Like, okay, so if I'm trying to go to sleep or something like that,
Yeah.
or yeah, I think I would put that shit on. But other than that, like, no, there's no words. Nobody says nothing. There's no chanting. There's no beats. There's no, and they got the songs got the wildest fucking names too. Like, like I'll give you an example. Like, give me a second. Give me one
Yeah.
second. I'll tell you.
Well, yeah. I'm just thinking like, wow, I didn't hear it,
Yeah,
and
it's almost like, okay, have you ever seen Pootie Tang before?
yeah.
You
Well,
know when
that's
he
a
went to
long
the
time. Oh,
studio.
long time
You
ago.
know when he went to the studio and he just was like, and not saying nothing, and the shit was a hit. It's like that, but it's just playing like elevator music in the back. I mean, it's just so bad. I'm like,
That don't sound right.
listen, he
Okay.
doesn't
Wow.
even he don't talk at all on the whole album. Okay, so the name of the album is New Blue Sun. Okay, so the first song is called
Okay.
"I Swear I Really Wanted to Make a Rap Album." No music. The next song, the slang word, "Pussy Rolls Off the Something." All the songs are so fucking. The name of the songs are so long that I can't even see it going across the screen.
Why did he do that? Are you
Like it's
serious?
just it's just wow. It's really just a flute album. I've been talking about this album too long, so I'm gonna move on him. Okay. So right before we
I was
got
not
on the
expecting that.
podcast, right before we got on the podcast, I listened to Drake's new album. It's not technically his new album
Is Scary
because his
Hours
new
3?
album, huh?
Scary Hours 3 or something, or 2, or
Yeah. It's like 6 or 7 added extra songs. I enjoyed
okay,
it.
okay.
I really enjoyed it because he's really just rapping and he's not singing. I can't take when Drake sings. I don't like the way his voice sounds. It's very like nasal to me. I actually like the songs. Every song he's spitting.
Yeah,
He actually has another song with J. Cole on there that's very, 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 very good. I suggest you check it out.
yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna
Okay.
give it. I'm gonna give it an A minus, and the reason why I'm gonna give it an A
Wow.
minus is because don't quote me. I want to say it has 7 songs. I'm gonna tell you exactly here in a second. It has actually 6 new
So it's
songs.
like
So I'm
a
gonna
or is it like a deluxe or an EP, or is it only 6 songs by itself, or what?
no, actually, okay. So it's the first album again, and then just add six.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. I
Right,
got you.
right.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it that A minus because it still makes you want more because he's really just spitting, 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 and no love songs or nothing like that. So I really, really like that. Check that out.
I like Drake's old love songs, man. That's my guy, man. Heartbreak Drake. Yeah.
I've never really been a
Oh
fan.
man, that's my guy.
I never thought that like he was like soft or a simp or nothing like that. I just like it better when he runs.
No, man, he can do his thing. He's a decent writer.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
And
Okay,
yeah,
so
okay.
no, go ahead. Sorry about that.
No, I was gonna say I agree about the voice to a certain extent, but for whatever reason, I like that shit. That's all.
The next one I want to go to is Welcome to Collie Grove 2. That
Easy.
little Wayne and that Two
Two
Chains.
Chains, yeah.
I listened to it yet. Well, sorry, lying. It came out today. I listened to it earlier this morning. I liked it.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Wayne did his thing. I think that Two Chains bars has stepped up a long way. From when he first came out.
Yeah, yeah. He's been connecting them. He's been putting those metaphors and
Mhm.
triple entendres together, you know?
Yes, he's definitely better. Uh, I liked it. I liked the guest
Mm.
features they had on it. I liked everything about it. The first one was more of a mixtape. This one was actually closer to an album.
Okay, okay, I got what you're saying. Wow, I know if this was like back the source back in the day and we was on a mic system, how many mics you giving it?
Out of five,
Five being classic.
I would give him a good. I would give him four.
Oh, okay.
I would give him four. I
Yeah,
would give
so
him,
it's a really solid album.
yes, it's definitely solid. It's definitely
Yeah,
solid. I would
okay.
listen to it numerous times.
Yeah, Two Chains, he don't disappoint with his albums, man. To be honest with you,
He doesn't.
his albums be on point, man.
Yes, his shit do be nice. The last one that I really liked is the one with the cover where he got the box with the song Tony on it. Oh, what's the name of that?
I don't know. Is this recent?
Yeah, not this one. The one before this last one.
I don't know it. You talking
Not
about
the
the box?
pink, not the pink track trap house one. The one after.
Rapper go to the league?
I'll look it up because I listen
Okay.
to it frequently. I just can't think of the name of the album right now
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he's starting to have so many now. But I
Yeah. Oh
definitely
well, yeah.
liked it.
That's a fact. Yeah. Good point. Yeah. Okay.
Definitely liked it. I would suggest you check it out.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No, I heard like one song came on my YouTube thing, and I was listening to it. It was dope, but I didn't listen to the album though. But yeah, so I'm gonna download it. Check it out. Yeah.
Definitely. One album that I
Easy.
listened to today that I was surprised about. I didn't want to listen to it, but I'm gonna get out of that because I'm gonna stop being biased about certain things, what I like and what I don't like. Um,
Open up the palette a bit.
yeah, I
Yeah.
listened to E40's new album today. It's not that I don't like E40, and it's not that I'm not a fan of E40. I am a fan of E40, but
Hmm.
I prefer 90s E40. In
Oh,
early 2000s E40.
yeah. E40 Fed and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Charlie
Yeah.
Hustle and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
sat and listened to it. A lot of times, to me, E40 makes too much music. He makes too many albums, too many double CDs, too many triple CDs. This CD actually had about 25 or 26 songs on it.
Sheesh.
I was surprised. I like it. I caught myself dancing. I can't even fucking dance. I caught myself dancing 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
I like it. E40, he's good. It's
Hmm.
typical mob music, same beat patterns that you're gonna expect from him. But definitely
Hmm.
got some good
Interesting.
flows, good beats. He got his the click on there. He got a lot of new artists on there. Good shit.
Oh, okay. That's good to hear.
Check it out. So I give
Yeah.
it a C plus.
What?
Mm-hmm. I give it a C plus.
What? Too many tracks?
Yeah, too many, too
I
many,
figured that. Yeah. Okay.
too many, too many, too many. After
Yeah.
a while, you just get tired of listening to the shit. You
Yeah.
know
But
what I'm
20 plus is a lot, especially in
saying?
this kind of time frame. I don't agree with that unless you're like
Yes.
I wouldn't even say Beyonce because. But anyway, I just wouldn't do anything 20 plus.
If he's gonna come out with 20 plus, okay, wait 2 or 3 years to come out with an album.
Oh well, yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Because when he comes out, he all his shit is like that's like pop, pop, pop. It's like you're overloading me with it, bro. Like
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Another
The
thing that
Nas approach is a little bit better.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
Um, damn, I forgot what I was about to say.
about
Damn.
E40.
Yes, it was something about that album I had right on the tip of my tongue. I forgot. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what it is. He got a couple like old school hyphy songs on there I like too. So
Yeah, he makes those the best, man.
so definitely
E-
check that out.
yeah, E40 is a G. That's my guy.
Another album that I listened to, I had to step out my comfort zone and listen to. I listened to Lil Durk's new album. It's called Whatever You With. Um,
Yeah,
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
What's wrong
It's
with Dirk?
it's just repetitive, just drill music. It's just like boom, 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 boom. Like what I gathered from listening to it, I've been in Chicago with
Yeah.
2 or 3 times. Only thing that this did, me
Oh, I never been.
listen to this shit, is just make me be scared to go back. That's all it did.
Oh, what IG comments and a couple tweets. We can pick a spot. We can go and meet. Like Drake. I
Yeah.
mean, Dirk. He be killing it, man. That's my
Yeah,
guy.
it's just not for me. It's just too much. It's just too much gang bang. It's just too hard. It's just
Mm,
too much.
okay.
It's just too much. Like I didn't like it. And I really listened to the whole thing. I really did. But he
Mm,
does have
okay.
one song on there I like. And whoever that dude is, Kokilla that raps with him. Both songs that he
He's
was on,
silent.
I liked
Okay.
his bars. I liked his verses. He definitely was fucking spitting.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
both the songs that he's on, I like, but the rest of the album I really don't. So I'm gonna go ahead
Mm,
and give it a D.
yeah. Oh wow. I haven't heard a Dirk album in some years because I've been on his mixtapes. But
Well, I
yeah.
didn't really like it, man. But I think it's
Hold on.
probably
Have you ever listened to like previous Dirk records, or just was like your first time?
this is my first time. A lot of people, a lot
Ah.
of younger
Okay.
people I used to work with used to rave about him a lot, and I never just sat and listened to him. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna go ahead
Because
and
this.
listen to his old shit too.
Yeah, and I'll be honest about his content because I'm a fan, right? Well, not that you got to take my opinion, um, but his content be up and down because I think his life was up and down, so that affected his lyrical his dedication to his craft. Like you could tell when he on it, like you could tell when he's snapping. Like, man, like he got his cousin, he died, Newski dead. But if you listen to some song Drake, Dirk and Newski, when they was first kind of getting into it and getting their record deals and starting out, man, I mean, and Newski out raps Dirk on every record, no offense. But man, he just had a different vibe to him, a different wave, a different feel. But you can kind of tell when he actually had some stuff going on in his life and he wasn't really focused on music. He was just rapping because it was a job.
What I will say is, when Boosie first came out, I was not a
Oh,
fan. It took me years to
yeah,
actually
yeah, me
like
too.
Boosie. Like, and then once I realized, okay, this shit is okay, I had to go back and listen to some of his old shit, and I liked it better. So I'm gonna go ahead and listen to some
Yeah,
of Dirk's older shit, and
Mr. J.
and judge him again. But this album, I definitely don't like it.
Yeah, I feel the kind of same way with Chief Keef too, because again, he had stuff where he was just on fire, but
Mhm.
then for the most part, it was just he was just rapping to rap.
Right, right. Just talking, saying what he'll do more than anything. Oh man, I
Yeah,
can't say that. Well, man,
uh,
I want to speak on some couple topics in sports too.
yeah.
Man, like quarterbacks are dropping like flies. We got two uh, premier quarterbacks that with season ending injuries in the last 2 days.
Well, Joe Burrow's ending.
Yeah,
They said that.
yeah. I'll double check. I'm pretty sure.
What happened? Did they say what it was?
Give me 1 second. I'll tell you exactly what the diagnosis was, but I know he has to have surgery for sure, for sure.
Dang, and who was the other person?
Cleveland's quarterback,
Oh, Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson, done
You
for the
had to
year.
bring that up. What about
Yeah,
Indy's quarterback? He done for the year too.
I mean, yeah, but
Uh-huh.
there was no
Uh-huh.
chance for them
I
winning.
don't hear you bringing him up.
Cleveland looked
Uh,
real good, man.
I don't
Yeah,
see you bringing up
uh,
Indy's quarterback, Reg.
Burrow is done for the rest of the season.
I feel like that's racist.
Yeah, Joe Burrow, his wrist injury. How? Joe
Huh?
Burrow is not black. Joe Burrow is
I
not
know
black.
I was joking.
No, I'm about to say now you can say I'm going against Ohio, maybe him in Cleveland.
No,
Yeah,
I was joking. Like sometimes, yeah, it was a joke. I was being silly. But hold on, wait, because last night they talked about how Joe Burrow's wrist, whatever, wasn't on the injury report. Like it was not even mentioned. But then when they go back, they show stuff was on his hand, so they think he was injured already. It just, whatever happened last night just made it, I guess, worse because he couldn't even throw the ball. So you saying whatever that was it's a wrap.
Yes, they're saying he needs to have ending wrist surgery.
The AFC
So
North was
yes, it's
the
a wrap
most
for him.
powerful division, and now we went from the most powerful division to having one quarterback in the division. Ain't that deep? It was all good just a week
Yes,
ago,
yeah, sure. 3 days ago. Yes,
man.
I was speaking on Cleveland. I'm like, all that they done been through. Listen, if they was at 100%, they would win the fucking Super Bowl this year, and that is a fact.
I I I believe these things, and it hurts as a
Hell yeah,
fan.
hell
It hurts
yeah.
as a
I'm not even
Browns
a
fan
fan.
to think of these things, and we've been through so much over the years that you become desensitized, but you still have that slither of hope because you want to see it happen. You really do. And when you think it start to happen and you fall into that belief, you're just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, but we forgot we're the
I know,
Browns.
man. That's just sad.
Yeah, man, it hurt. That
Sad.
Nick Chubb injury, to me, that took the wind out of my sails, to be honest with you. And to be completely honest, even the way Deshaun Watson was playing up until that last quarter against the Ravens, it still wasn't looking promising as far as offensively. But having a defense with that kind of a skill and prowess and just nastiness, man, Jim Schwartz got them boys playing with their heads on fire, right? So when you see that, you see Miles Garrett jumping over the Indianapolis line and blocking a fucking punt with his hand. When you see that, man, I mean, field goal with his hand, it inspires you and it gets you excited. Now, granted, the season's not over. We can still hit the playoffs, given the schedule we have left. But you want when you
Pointless.
want to, yeah, when you get to the dance, man, you want to take it all, man. You don't want to. Oh, we lost in the first round. Oh, okay, they did good. Valiant. Now you will have some fans that say that regardless. But I'm not one of those guys, man. I mean, we had a real opportunity to win, and that's gone. So that really
It
hurts,
is gone. It's gone. It's gone.
man.
Listen, the truth of the matter is Cleveland would be best suited right now tanking it because we know Chubb is done. He's done. He's gone. He is gone. So listen, the best thing for Cleveland to do right now is to try to find something close
But
to him
we
in
don't
that draft.
have any picks. Our picks are
Oh
with
man,
Houston, right? For
man,
the next 3 years, man. So
man, that's messed up too.
yeah,
Mm, mm, mm,
we don't really have anything in the first round.
mm, mm.
So they would have to even still will and deal. So we're just in a very bad spot.
Very bad
But
spot.
again, with Deshaun Watson as your quarterback, you're not thinking that that's going to be the outcome of your season. You're thinking you're going to be at least above 500 team with maybe one or two playoff wins, and then not even having to depend on the lottery because you got your quarterback for years to come. And now everything is a we don't know.
And now the coach is going to get replaced too because they're not going to have nobody else to blame that shit on.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, these are facts. But I ain't mad about Jim Schwartz being our head coach, man.
That's
I'm
okay.
not. I'm not mad at that at all. Now, granted, he didn't have. I mean, he had some success before, but it's the reason he got fired. Maybe he's learned from that. Maybe this would be his moment. I don't know. But I'll be honest with you, man. Uh, the management of the Cleveland Browns. Now, you can't account for all injuries, but you do got to have a backup plan. And I feel like trading Joshua Dobbs away the way they did because they're so thirsty for picks, because we ain't got none because they gave them all the way for Deshaun. I think that comes back to bite him. And to me, that's on Andrew Berry's plate.
Yeah, man.
And he's in
They got problems.
Deshaun Watson's contract is on his plate. Joshua Jobs trade is on his plate, and a lot of Kareem Hunt leaving is on his plate. A lot of that because he shouldn't have been gone in the first place. But again,
I
Andrew
mean, but
Berry
he
has
ain't
his.
going. He not going to take the fade for that for Kareem Hunt because you just got him right back. You know what I mean?
No,
But
but the situation now, what you had to do that, but you let him walk out the door, which shouldn't have ever happened. Now, granted, we're gonna lose Amari Cooper next year, right? We're not gonna have him. They're not gonna have Kareem Hunt next year. not even sure if Chubb comes back, what he's going to be when he comes back, right?
Y'all not gonna pay
Um,
him that. Y'all not gonna pay him what y'all owe him next year. You're not gonna do that.
I
Ain't no
understand.
way.
I know these things, but what I'm telling you is that something has to happen because, of course, you're going to lose all these people, these pieces, these key cogs to your offense. Um, because defensively, I don't know who else can walk, but of course, it'll be some walkers. I was just speaking offensively, knowing that the salary cap, because Deshaun Watson's taking the maximum, like this is one of the years where that, where his contract hits.
Yeah, that
You
make
know
it
what I'm
worse.
saying? Yeah, so we got to let Amari Cooper walk, a couple receivers walk. Your team, so it was
Chubb walk. Or we
basically,
gotta you gotta cut him. Man, that's just sad. Mm-mm-mm.
yeah. Wow.
Well, I think on the bright side, I think that Cincinnati will be okay. I definitely think they'll be okay because I don't know exactly their contract situations, but I know they have a lot of young players. I know Joe Burrow is not going anywhere for a long time. I
Oh,
think
T.
next year.
Higgins is probably gone because
Oh
they
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
they didn't resign, they didn't redo his deal as he wanted to. So and not to say that well, he was injured anyway. But yeah, they're gonna lose some key people. I mean, I don't know, but again, the Browns, man, this was our year, supposedly. Um, Now things have changed, and we're not on the right side of that change, unfortunately. Fucking sucks.
Well,
It's hard
I,
being a Browns fan, man.
I don't think that nobody from your division is going to win it this year.
Well, nah. I mean, granted, now Lamar Jackson did get a little banged up last night, so we'll see how he continues to play throughout the rest of the season. But yeah, I would have to agree, man. Yes, it's not gonna happen. It'll be pretty much as it always is. Kansas City, um, and maybe some kind of dark horse team coming up to challenge them. But for the most part, I think they still got what it takes to win a championship.
Miami, it's going to be tough. I don't think that I don't know. Well, I don't think that they can beat Miami again because they beat them on
It just
some
depends
fucking bad
on.
coaching and some luck ass shit.
Well, Reggie, I'll tell you this, and again, I'm not an analyst or anything, but it depends on where they play. Because if it's cold
Oh
in
yeah,
Kansas, if
facts.
Kansas City and that Miami team is in Kansas City, yeah, they're not going to win that game, Reggie. But if
I
they're
can
playing
agree
in
with that.
Miami, oh, I don't care who. If both teams are 100% healthy, Kansas City will have a tough time coming out of Miami with a W.
Right,
Um,
because Tyreek is going to be even faster.
yeah. So but he's not even the fastest guy on the team. That I don't know that guy, that running back guy.
Yeah.
Man, that dude is ridiculous. That's not even fair that you have the fastest wide receiver in the NFL on your team, and he ain't even the fastest player on your team. That's crazy. It's
Right.
fucking
And then
crazy.
Mostart is like the second or third fastest running back in the league too, bro.
And he's on your team. That's just
Right.
not right. That's like an all
And
Madden team that
Waddle
you put
too.
together. Yeah, man. It's like an all Madden. Like, oh, I want bloop, 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 all speed, and you can't stop it. And so far, in my
Right.
opinion, mostly weather has stopped it. And of course, they say they can't beat teams over 500, but that's neither here nor there.
I mean, it's not their fault. Then look at their division. Ain't nobody there worth nothing no more.
I mean, even if it was, that's just a aberration in the statistic to me. Again, I think Miami has what it takes to be that dark horse. But to be honest with you, until last Sunday, I thought the Jacksonville was going to be that dark horse team
Yeah,
that
me
all
too.
of a sudden just turns it on, gets into the playoffs, and just gets to the AFC Championship like that. But of course, gets bounced. But still, we're just all not thinking anything about Jacksonville. But of course, Sunday kind of was like, ooh, doo doo doo. They was drinking the Kool
Yeah.
Aid,
Yeah, San Francisco made them look very regular. Very, very regular.
pedestrian.
Ooh, man. Everybody was so open on San Francisco.
Yeah.
Brock was out there looking like Joe Montana. That shit was crazy. Swear he was. And I
Yeah,
talked bad about him the week before too. It's like he heard me or some shit.
he heard the whispers. Everybody
Oof.
was on him, and they
Yeah,
still
man.
are because regardless of whatever he's done and whatever he's going to do, the stigma for his inconsistency for those 3 losses, that's going to be with him for the rest of his career, even if they win the rest of the way. You know,
He's not an elite quarterback. He's not. Period.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. We can kind of look at CJ Stroud and say he's elite, right? Um,
He's
we
playing like he's going to be elite. I'm not going to give it
wait,
to him
wait, wait,
yet,
wait,
but
wait, wait,
he's
wait,
knocking
wait,
on the door.
wait. That's exactly what I wanted to say about Brock because keeping it real, I mean, these still are new in a sense kind of rookie quarterbacks. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
that's true.
So I don't think anybody would be elite at that time in their career. I just think that he's really efficient. You know what I'm saying? And as a Browns fan, all you want is a quarterback to be efficient. That's all you want.
That's true, but you don't have the weapons that he got, bro. You
No,
don't.
regardless of, we got some weapons.
You do. You do.
We
But not
got
like
some
that.
weapons. And we was rocking with San Fran. Matter of fact, I believe we won that game. But what I'm trying to say is that you want a quarterback, and again, this is before the 3 losses, not turn the ball over, make the right throws. You don't have to make 60-yard bombs, but we need you to get the ball in the hands of our athletic playmakers. And for whatever reason, for 20 some odd years, the Cleveland Browns quarterbacks just couldn't figure out how to do that. Um, but with Deshaun Watson coming along, hopefully, it seemed like that was finally going to be a thing that would kick in gear, man. It's just actual factually, it hasn't happened. But for Brock Purdy, to be honest with you, I agree. He has a better roster offensively, right? But he still has to put the ball in the right spot. He still can't turn the ball over. He still has to call out coverage. He still has to audible. He still has to do things which I think an efficient quarterback does, and that's what you want. So I don't know how that's a bad thing. At least
Because
again for the three
it's the
games.
system he plays in. Look, he's not really throwing passes farther than 10 yards. You know what I'm saying? A lot of his plays is like when they get when the playmakers they got get the ball, they're in positions where they can take off. Like they run a lot of screens, a lot of
Again,
pitches,
how is this
like
bad?
it'll, you know.
How is this bad?
No, it's not bad. I'm just saying that Cleveland's scheme is not like that. If okay, so if Deshaun Watson was in that system, oh my, he would win MVP, and you know that easily.
Well, hold up. Let's I agree, right? But um honestly, we were supposed to be a run first team. Where we would depend on Nick Chubb and Ford and then Deshaun's arm, of course, with the weapons on the edges. And that changed, right?
Yeah,
Um, so to me, had that not been the case, I believe we would have had that pretty much similar offensive system. Because again,
maybe.
instead of Christian McCaffrey taking screens 50 yards, you're handing the ball off to Nick Chubb and he's taking it 10 or 20 or 15 yards because he's a trooper like that. So again, I'm not saying they're the same, but I just feel like it would have been a lot less dependent on Deshaun Watson's arm and more on Nick Chubb's legs.
Of
But that
course,
didn't
because
happen.
he would be Cleveland's main weapon. He's the
That's what I'm
best player
saying.
that Cleveland has.
So when you don't have that, now you have to lean on the quarterback to try to facilitate it. And that now it may still be Deshaun Watson's best quality, but until he's back to being that caliber, which again he pretty much is looks like he's on his way there. Until you're that, we're in trouble.
I don't think that he's even had time to even get a rhythm. Like either
I
he's been
agree. You could
suspended,
tell. You could look at him and tell.
right? Either he's been suspended, or he's been hurt, or he's been hurt. So I don't think that he's done a bad overall bad job since he's been there. I want to see what he does next year, but again,
Well, he
He's
still
not going.
hasn't been there. He still.
I'm. That's what I'm saying. He hasn't really had a chance to like show whether he's going to do. Like I had
That's what
just
I'm
said.
saying.
Like
So next season, Reggie, when you see him, it's gonna be that same excuse.
no, I don't think he's gonna have no weapons next year. I don't think he's gonna have
Well,
shit next year.
oh yeah, that's another
You know,
story too. Yeah, yeah. No, I
that's
agree.
gonna
I
be
agree.
rough for him. I don't care if he
They're
100%.
gonna
He's not
go
gonna
out and
have.
get veterans at cheap prices and try to think they're gonna Travis Kelsey their way through this, and it's not gonna work.
Right. Well, what's dude that used to play for Houston with the dreadlocks? I think he'll be on the market.
Jadavian Clowney.
No, the wide receiver.
Oh, DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, I think he'll be out there,
That okay. You know what? I'm not mad.
but he
I
might want to get paid though. Still,
yeah, I'm not mad at that because I mean outside of maybe one game, he's not having that great of a season. So I don't think. Well, no. Well, you say he's still gonna want to get paid. Yeah, that's true. Because I was gonna say maybe his price tag could come down. So I don't know.
I think he would be a
Man,
good, a decent replacement for Amari Cooper.
but that's on the squad who lost Donovan Peoples Jones. You know what I'm saying? To me, I agree to a degree. But I'd rather, well, I don't know who would be out there, but I'd rather get somebody bigger, like a big target. Um, and maybe he's not that deep of a downfield reset, but a threat. But maybe like an Andre Johnson, where he's just a big target that can get in any space and get you 10 to 20 yards at any pop. Maybe it's that guy. I don't know, but we're gonna need something, man. Because I'm telling you that wide receiver core is already cut down, and it's gonna be even worse next year. So, man, in my brain, Reggie, and Andrew Berry, we trust. So I guess he has a plan outside of just prayer and petition.
Right, because that's the only thing I can think of that you can do right now.
Right.
Because that Chubb spot is a tough spot. Because
Yeah.
listen, he's owed about $16 million next year. Y'all not gonna pay him. Y'all not gonna
Yeah.
pay him coming off his second leg injury. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
They're
I'm
gonna Peyton
done.
Manning him.
How? That's Chubb. He's a rumbler.
No, I meant
Oh, pay him
when
and get rid of him.
no. What happened with him is when he came off that last neck surgery and Andrew Luck was being drafted, they cut him and he was due, I think 18, 20 million. And they cut him and Denver picked up his salary. Um, and everybody was mad, and the Colts were mad. I mean, the fans were mad, but the Colts were like 5, 6 months, 7 months later. I mean, 5 months later, Andrew Luck and the fans are like, oh.
I would have did that too before I would have paid him that. But you know what though? Indianapolis may have won another Super Bowl with him.
Well, they didn't know his neck fusion surgery had just hit, and they didn't know if he was even going to be able to throw the football properly. Because at the time he couldn't do it, and they had to make a decision. Because you either if you leave him on the roster, you got to pay him all that money, but now you got a rookie coming on to the team. Oh well, he wasn't even there yet, but everybody knew they were trying to get Andrew Luck. So I don't know. That's just a tough situation. But again, you might be right, but they didn't know if he's going to be able to throw. So they gambled, man, and unfortunately gambled wrong because Denver got that next championship that they should have got.
Right. And Andrew Luck only played what 8 years, 10 years.
I don't even think that. I think less than that.
Right, and got up out of there.
I think he did maybe 4 or 5. Well, he got hurt, man. Did you see? He got man. I felt so bad for that dude. Like he really got plastered, man, and they didn't give him no help, no offensive line help. I think that whole time they didn't draft like one lineman, or trade for one lineman, or it's some kind of crazy statistic how they did that dude. But they thought he was going to Peyton Manning his way through. No, dude, protect him. So, us.
Yeah, man. You got anything else tonight?
uh, Well, I did want to just touch on something before we roll up out of here, and that's the January 6th insurrection. Okay, so you have a former president going in front of a group of rebel rowdy rousers. and telling them what they need to do and pointing them in the direction to go do it. Now, I don't have the full count, uh, but so far, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 Ohioans in that whole bunch have been wrapped up in this sting of going through video footage and figuring out who broke into the Capitol, who scaled the walls, who did this, who did that. And just within the past week, yesterday and a couple days ago, 2 more people were indicted and charged with insurrection. Again, one guy from Ohio, I can't remember what the other guy was from. And I just don't want it to be missed that this is still happening. Not in a bad way, like, oh my gosh, people are people. No, that when you do something like that in this kind of a country that's supposed to be just, that's supposed to be fair, that's supposed to have laws, when you break those laws in that kind of a way, there's a consequence for it. And to me, a lot of people try to hide behind their whiteness. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is my country. I can do this. I paid taxes for this. This is mine. Nah, it's not. And there's laws that say that. But you try to say the law is yours as you see fit because you had so much white privilege in your life that you don't understand that sometimes the law is the law. And then for certain people, sometimes it's not. But in these situations, these people are actually going to jail and getting time and losing jobs and losing families because of the decision that they made to do something wrong. And again, I'm not applauding the justice system because, of course, there's been so much injustice. Those scales don't weigh out to me. But I'm going to say that I'm going to continue to try to toot the horn when some things go right. And in my opinion, that situation has gone right, and they're going to keep indicting, and they're going to keep jailing these people, and maybe in the future, somebody won't do that shit.
Amen. Lock their ass up. Throw away the key.
Clink.
Every last one of them.
Man, I'm telling you, it's just oof, good Arriva Dirty. But yeah,
Right.
that's all I got, man. We can wrap it up.
All right, bro. I want to send a
Yeah,
shout out to Jamar Black,
yeah.
my co-host.
Black V.
Like I said, he under a little weather. Excuse me, he's under the weather a little bit, having family issues. So we're gonna send a shout out to him. Send a shout out to you
Yeah,
and
appreciate you,
everybody
bro.
doing.
All right, have a blessed day, Reg. Take care,
You too,
y'all.
bro.
All right,
All
we
right.
out.
Good night.
Peace.